Hey, Annie Purdue Olson here, and are you frustrated with all the stuff on your to-do list that's draining your energy? Oh man, I am totally there right now. And what I find myself doing is grabbing my laptop, and it is going with me everywhere I go, and in every room I'm in the house, and every spare minute I get, I'm popping it open and grabbing the next thing on the to-do list to do. It is totally unproductive. I am not being my best self. I am not very efficient. I am not very effective, and it has got to change. So I'm doing this exercise right now. I'd love for you to join me. So grab a piece of paper and divide that piece of paper into 4 quadrants, and these are the 4 quadrants. Quadrant number 1 is those things that you are really good at and those things that energize you. So let's reverse that around. Energize you and good at. That's what we're talking about here. I realize that I'm really good at content development, taking concepts and putting them into a package that can be trained. That's what makes me a great trainer. I'm also really good at public speaking. I love it. Give me a camera and I'm a happy camper, right? I'm also really good at systems. I can see what processes need to be in place to make the system work. I get how I could just see it. I'm good at it. It energizes me and I'm good at it. Okay, the next quadrant is those things that energize me. I get excited about them, but I'm not so good at them. Those are the ones that get me stuck because they energize me and they're kind of exciting, but I'm not very good at them. So they take me a really long time to do. I don't know what I'm doing. I have to go back and do a lot of do-overs. Not good. Like, think about like design for me. I always have this like creative picture in my head of how awesome things can be and can look, and then they don't turn out that way. I'm just not great at it. Website is kind of connected to that for me. The tech side behind it, I don't quite get. And so there's a huge learning curve, and I could learn some things that would help me in this area, but it would take a lot of time and a lot of energy. So even though I'm interested in it and I love it, I'm not very good at it. The third quadrant is those things that we don't love, they don't energize us, we're actually good at them. And one of those things for me is finances. I've spent over 20 years in nonprofit business management. I get how to read a financial report. I know how to do numbers. I can run a QuickBooks program. I can look at a spreadsheet. But if I spend my whole day doing this, then I walk out the door totally without any energy left, and I will end up having spreadsheet nightmares. You know, the kind of nightmares where the formulas don't add up over and over again, and no matter how much you try, you can't get the formula to add up. This would be a really bad place for me to spend most of my time. So I got to look at what's going on here that I'm spending my time in that's taking my energy away. Can I give that to someone else? Or is there a way to shape my day so I spend less of my time doing those things which take my energy away and more of my time doing things that maybe give me energy? The last quadrant is those things which don't give us energy, and they also are things we are not good at. So they don't give us energy and we're not good at. For me, that's cooking. I know it has nothing to do with work or ministry, but cooking is one of those things that I just don't enjoy and I'm not good at. But it's like this necessary evil. I mean, like, oh, it's such a waste of time, so inefficient, but so necessary. So cooking is one thing for me. Organizing my stuff is another one. I'm really a collector of information. I've got a lot of resources, but when it comes down to actually organizing my stuff so that I can have that information readily accessible, I am not energized by it, and I'm not very good at it either. So learning this about myself then helps me to go, okay, now, let me take a look at my calendar. Let me take a look at the time blocks that I want to create in my next week and go, how can I spend more time up here and less time down here? That's what I want to be able to do. And if I can be intentional, I can become more productive, more effective at what I want to accomplish, and hopefully more efficient. So join me in the exercise, and hey, if you're struggling in the same place that I am, maybe it's time for an Annie call. And we can work on your quadrants together and figure out the best way to prioritize your time so you can be effective in the ministry that God has called you to. Thanks for joining me.